I'm taking you live to the Fox 46 Independence Boulevard camera. A live look outside right now where it's pretty chilly outside. Let's go ahead and get a check of that neighborhood storm watch forecast from Fox 46 Chief Meteorologist Tara Lane. And for those heading to the polls tomorrow morning, Tara, they might need to bundle up.
Definitely bundle up if upper 20s and low 30s is a little bit on the cold side for you out there. Maybe some folks can take it and still maybe wearing shorts, but I would say, yeah, it's going to be a cold start. I mean, 33 degrees, that's where we ended up this morning. We could be even just 1 or 2 degrees colder in spots come tomorrow morning. It's about 10 degrees below average, and we stayed on the cool side through earlier this afternoon, only topping out at 56 when the average these days is 67. 56 degrees, that's more on par with where we should be for highs in early December. Right now, we've got 40 degrees in the Queen City, low 40s in Monroe, Wadesboro, Rockingham, already down to 37 at Cheraw, and look at the cold 35 in Albemarle, down to 34 so far in Salisbury. We've got upper 30s in Hickory, 42 in Statesville, and the mid-30s up in the mountains, where it's still a little bit on the gusty side. Not as bad as what we had late last night and even earlier today. We had some wind gusts around 45 to 50 or so miles an hour in those higher elevations there, but still picking up around 25 to 30 miles an hour. But the wind will certainly be much more settled going through tomorrow afternoon. That's obviously making it feel even colder. And yeah, speaking of the cold, we sure enough do have that freeze warning in effect for most of our area. All the darker shaded areas in purple there, and the frost advisory for one spot down there in Chesterfield, South Carolina. It's the only county, but otherwise expecting frosty, cold conditions to start the day as those temperatures continue to tumble right around freezing, a little below that, and we'll have some upper 20s out there in a few spots briefly for sure. But notice tomorrow afternoon, we actually do get just a touch warmer with highs creeping up into the low and even mid-60s. And then we've got low 50s, so staying certainly on the cooler side in the mountains. But yeah, 60s tomorrow, just a sign of that gradual moderation in temperatures that will continue right through the end of the week. But all the while, expecting dry weather out there through the night, and it's because of that, the mostly clear sky, extremely dry air in place, and the settling wind. That's why we're going to get even a little bit colder for early tomorrow. Dry, high pressure in charge over a good chunk of the country, really. So heading out, if you haven't voted yet, Election Day tomorrow from morning through the afternoon. Just grab the sunglasses. It's going to stay dry, lots of sunshine. And again, you can see those temperatures rising into the 60s a little bit later in the day. Now we get to an even more serious situation here. What is now Category 4 Hurricane Eta off the coast of Central America. Look at that wind speed, up to 150 miles an hour. And the forecast track, latest info in from the National Hurricane Center. Look at that. This could be a catastrophic and just devastating situation. It could become a Category 5 hurricane prior to making that landfall. It looks like along the coast of Nicaragua late tonight or early tomorrow. And then what's going to happen, it gets weaker as it moves northwest and then eventually north and northeast over Central America. But by the weekend, it may push out back over the open waters of the Northwest Caribbean. Where it goes from there, it's still too early to tell, but certainly we're going to be watching it here, especially folks along the Gulf Coast and even us here in the Carolinas. So we'll keep you posted. 7-day forecast shows dry stretch continuing through Friday. Temperatures warming up. We're back in the 70s even before the weekend.